Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sharelle if you're new, and if you're returning, thank you for coming back. As you see in the title, I have to talk about this. Social media promotes toxic beauty standards, and this is part 1. And in this video I have 4 points, and I'll begin with my first point after my intro. Before I get into the first point, I just had to talk about this because I feel like as women, we already have pressure on us to look beautiful and look our best, but now social media has perpetuated it to a level of something that has gotten out of control. Simply put, we went from enhancing our natural features to dramatically changing how we look, and in some cases, being unrecognizable. And we can't put all the blame on social media because that's why I put promotes in the title. We're a big part of the reason why we have so much pressure now, because what we see on social media, we're the ones liking it, we're the ones sharing it, viewing it, and then we perpetuate what we see. And then we copy these trends and beauty standards, and it just is a vicious cycle. And now we're all trying to look the same, all doing the same procedures, and dressing the same, and all these other just impossible things to keep up. So let's get into the first point. I'm going to talk about filters and fillers. Of course I did it because it's 2 F's for alliteration. But when it comes to filters, a lot of people may not consider this a part of beauty standards, but it is, because a filter makes you look ideal, quote unquote. Filters make your lips bigger, filters make your nose bridge smaller, it makes your nostril smaller, and it lightens your skin. Filters can also change your facial structure and your cheekbones and give you digital makeup. It's basically digital makeup. I feel like there's nothing wrong with using filters, but it comes to a point where I'm kind of seeing women inch their way into not feeling beautiful without a filter if they're online. A lot of surgeons talk about how women come into their office to get things done.
Just last week, I had a patient come in and ask me for more of an anime eye, and she couldn't figure out why it's not possible.
An anime eye, did you say?
Yes, to have her eyes made like roughly 3 times larger than what she already had, or what she currently had.
To look like the filtered version of themselves, and that's where I'm like, okay, this is getting psychological, it's getting deep. I want us as women to understand that we're beautiful the way we are. Of course, there's times where you might need a filter because the lighting is bad, you're having an off day, or you have no makeup on, and it just gives you that that glow. But it's coming to a point where women are using filters when they already have a full face of makeup, when they already have all these eyelashes on, and when they just don't need it in general because you're beautiful the way you look already. So I just feel like that's the first thing we go to when we're going online. We're like, okay, let me put a filter on before I make a quick video. And I just want us to really think about why. And also the level of the filter. You don't need to use the full filter because now you really don't look like yourself. We are starting to look like CGI characters or Sims characters. And in some cases, people look like the Shark Tale characters. If you remember that movie, we just don't look like ourselves. We're looking like cartoons because we're using these super enhanced filters that we don't need. So let's get into the second F of this point, fillers. The thing is with fillers, people can do what they want with their face, but some people are doing too much. I feel like, especially with lips, people are putting too much filler in their lips, certain people, and it does look good online, but in person, it doesn't look good. I worked at a restaurant last year where people with money go to, and I saw more lips filled with filler than I ever have in my life, and seeing them in real life, they look swollen. They don't really have shape to them, and they don't really move. So I feel like there's nothing wrong with enhancing your lips. You know, you can get them bigger if you want to, but remember that you can take it too far, and on top of that, you have to keep getting it done over and over. I think it's every 6 to 12 months. So it's just like, where does it dissolve to? What's really going on? What's really inside of the filler? And what if you have to stop getting it?
Today is not a good day. Today is a very painful day for me because today I'm dissolving my lip fillers. It is probably the most painful thing I've ever endured aesthetically. It has to be done because it's been about a year since I last did my fillers and they've actually migrated to my upper lip, not where the filler should be.
That's the main thing with filler for me, is the lips. I feel like people are just taking it too far. You know, as far as cheekbones, do it tastefully. Whatever you do to your face, just make it tasteful. So when someone looks at you, they should be like, okay, maybe she got work done, but maybe she didn't. She looks good. Not like on the inside, people are like, whoa, they're set aback. They may not do that with you looking at them, but in their head, they're like, whoa, they did too much. Also, because social media is instant, we don't think about long-term effects of filters and fillers. With filters, I really do believe that it affects how you truly see your face. And they say there's body dysmorphia, but I also think that applies to your face. I don't know if it's called facial dysmorphia, but when you're always using a filter and it's manipulating your face and changing how you look, that really messes your mind up about how you really look. And I feel like it can affect your self-confidence, whether you want to admit it or not, and it can make you more insecure. So I feel like as much as possible, we shouldn't use them unless we really have to. And if you do just like them, just don't use them to full capacity, because you don't want to trick yourself into thinking you're not beautiful the way you are and how you look in real life. Now, as for fillers, the long-term effect of fillers that people don't talk about is when people get addicted to getting fillers, because they keep looking at what social media is showing them, and then now they're going overboard. They're going overboard with the cheekbones, they're going overboard with the lips, and whatever else they're deciding to do to their face. And now you can go from your fillers looking nice to having your face look frozen. And it does affect your self-esteem, because when it dissolves, now you're looking at the ideal feature you want disappear. My second point is about wigs, weaves, and extensions. I feel like there's nothing wrong with fake hair. Wigs give you versatility, that you can do hair colors that would damage your real hair, so you're saving your hair. It's a good protective style. Extensions give you length, fullness, and weaves give you that type of thing too. The point I want to make about beauty standards with wigs, weaves, and extensions is when it comes to self-confidence. I've noticed certain women will slap a wig on their head and not take care of their real hair, and I feel like that's an issue, because some women only get hair texture that looks nothing like their real hair.
And this concerns me because we all know on social media what is praised the most is the racially ambiguous woman. This woman is tan skin, she has medium features, she has dark hair, whether her hair is loose curls or it's straight hair, and it's a silkier straight hair. This is what's praised. So I'm seeing from both sides, black women and white women trying to look more ambiguous with the type of hair they have. I'm seeing black women wear wavier weaves, wavier wigs to try to look less black or less like themselves, less like their hair textures. And I'm seeing white women darken their hair, purposely trying to have dark hair or wearing a hair texture that's rougher than their real hair. It's more of a light yaki is what it's called, but they're wearing ponytails and different things that have texture in it when their hair is nothing like that, and it's to look like they're more ambiguous rather than just white.
I just don't want us as women to keep wearing hair textures that are completely nothing like our real hair, and all those compliments and attention you get is attached to that hair texture. It's not really what comes from you. So when you take that wig off, it's really a false confidence, because now you have to face what really grows out of your head.
The possible long-term effects of wigs, weaves, and extensions is that you may neglect your actual hair. If you don't deep condition your hair enough, get trims when it's necessary, and let your scalp breathe and your real hair breathe, this can cause damage to your real hair and also cause you to not know how to take care of your real hair because it's never out for you to take care of it. We all have different types of hair, but we at least need to know what products work for it and how to take care of it if we have to. And also, if you have children or you want to have children and they may have the same hair texture as you, it's imperative that you teach them how to take care of their hair. And the second big thing for me is making sure that you love your real hair. If possible, when you get wigs, weaves, and extensions that are closer to your hair texture or match your hair texture, you visually see yourself every day with that actual hair texture, and it just makes you accustomed and used to how your hair really looks. And whether that hair is the same length as yours or not, it doesn't matter, because your hair actually looks like that or close to it. So when you don't have your fake hair on or in, you're still just as confident because you know that's how it truly looks.
My third point for beauty standards is fast fashion. As a fashion designer and somebody that cares about the environment, I am sick of these fast fashion brands. I'm not gonna name any for legal purposes, but they're literally making the cheapest, skimpiest, tightest clothes ever. And I feel like too many women feel like they have to wear this to feel beautiful and get attention. I just really crave balance. There's nothing wrong with having a sexy dress that's bodycon or a jumpsuit, but it's come to the point where that's all people wear. Everything is stretchy, everything is spandex, everything has cutouts and showing all this skin, and it comes to a point where it used to be exciting, but now it's redundant and it's exhausting to see. But it's also programmed in our mind, if I don't wear this tight sexy dress, I'm not gonna get the same attention, or I'm gonna go out and other girls are gonna get more attention than me, or this gets me more likes and views. And it's like, when you have style and you're that girl, you don't have to wear tight stuff all the time. You don't, because you're already beautiful. You don't always have to show your figure, and you don't always have to be sexy. Just be yourself, relax, and it's not a competition. I just feel like people always have to wear skimpy tight stuff, and it just, I don't know, maybe because I make clothes, it's annoying. I just want people to explore style a little more, and invest in quality clothing if you can afford it, because it's gonna last you years versus 3 months, because that stuff is cheap. The long term of fast fashion is going to be very interesting too as well, because a lot of people don't know how to dress without wearing skin tight things. And once your metabolism slows down, you have kids, you hit middle age and beyond, that stuff isn't even going to look flattering on you. So it's very imperative, I feel, to learn how to dress with clothing that's not always tight, because it's not always gonna look the way it looks now in your 20s and your teens.
And besides these clothes not aging well on us or in general because they do not last because they're cheap, this is terrible for the environment. Fast fashion is a huge contributor to global warming, and not only that, most of the time these clothes are produced unethically, underpaying the workers and also mistreating them.
My last point in part 1 for social media promotes toxic beauty standards is about veneers. Some people do have a situation to where they need veneers, but I'm seeing people get veneers for no reason. And when I say this, it's because people will have nice teeth and have straight teeth and still get veneers. And I'm like, what are you doing? You didn't even need it. And it's like, people don't even think anymore, maybe I should get Invisalign, maybe I should get Smile Direct or get braces, because these alternatives are cheaper most of the time. And on top of that, natural teeth are beautiful. I'm tired of seeing big fake white teeth. Nobody's teeth really look like that. And a lot of this stuff that we're seeing online, you guys, only looks good in pictures. When you see like this stuff in real life, it looks absurd, it looks bizarre. And natural teeth are beautiful. Just because they're not white or super white doesn't mean they're not beautiful. There's so many people that their smile makes them distinct. There's certain people I think about, and this sounds weird, but they have nicely shaped teeth. Like Marlon Wayans, he has nice teeth. Jennifer Lopez has nice teeth. And certain people, I'm not just trying to name celebrities, but when you have your natural teeth, it gives you your own unique look versus having straight white big teeth or straight white teeth like everybody else. All this stuff that we're doing makes us look alike. It doesn't make you look unique. The long-term effect of veneers that people don't realize is that veneers are supposed to be for older people. They don't have 40 or 50 more years of life to live, not to be morbid, but it's like people are getting veneers not knowing they're not a permanent fix if you're going to live past a certain amount of decades. People are shaving down their teeth, messing up their nerves in their teeth, and it's just crazy how people are just getting things done by a bunch of people that are not certified, have not gone to school for it, and it's very dangerous. Your teeth are very imperative to your health, and if you jack your teeth up, especially nerve-wise, I can't even imagine what possibly can happen to you medically, and it's very scary. So I feel like people should just really pump the brakes and get veneers only if you need them, because you don't know what damage that could do to you in the future, especially if you get it done by the wrong person or someone that doesn't know what they're doing. We don't need all this stuff to be beautiful. And more, and this sounds so cheesy, but being a beautiful person, having a beautiful personality makes you stand out way more than a tight dress or a filter. When you're just a beautiful person, you have an inner light in you. And like I said, this stuff is constantly coming at us because we're on our phones all the time, we're on social media all the time. But the way that I make sure this doesn't really affect me is I look at where I live in real life. The people we see online, in real life, people don't even really look like that. Most of the time they don't. If you live in a major city, people may look like this, but in real life, people don't look like this, and they don't need to look like this. I just want us to embrace our natural beauty. And like I said, rethink what you like, what you repost, what you share, and what you view, because this is the stuff that we end up seeing because we're the ones liking it. And social media is just giving us what we want. We're the ones manipulating ourselves and changing ourselves to look like 1,000 other people that we saw. We have to stop doing this. But in part 2, I'm going to get into BBLs and all that other stuff. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, subscribe to my channel, share this with your friends, and thank you for watching once again. You are appreciated.